The entrance to the ruins is blocked. We need to get an engineering unit to break through. We'll send you an engineering unit once all Vulgus near the entrance have been removed. Eugen will lead the engineering unit to the scene while keeping an eye on the ruins entrance.
Understood, HQ. Over and out. What a pain in the ass.
Descendant, I've been waiting for you.
Wait, what is that voice?
It seems to be the voice of the ruins' internal system, but we have no records of any such system.
Perhaps the ruins are reacting to the Ironheart. This is a good sign.
There are a significant number of Vulgus signals, Alpha.
I believe you can handle that many. It was a much tougher situation when the Investigative Corps first discovered the ruins. I lost all of my teammates in that operation. One of them was a powerful descendant who was being considered for commander. He was better than me in every way. I want to commemorate the souls of those who fell in that operation by seizing the Ironheart. Descendant, I will send you the route by comparing it with past records. Use it to get to the Prime Hands. Both of them. An area of electromagnetic energy. You need to be extra careful while there. The area around the Red Sphere and areas connected to the Prime Hands, or any Ironheart, have powerful electromagnetic fields. It's one of the clues that humans have used to locate the Ironhearts. Slowly but surely.
hallucinations. Think you're okay.
Descendant, we have detected a Vulgus signal moving toward you. You might need Arche to open the gate. Now, has such a system existed in the past?
According to past records, no. I'll keep looking.
That voice. Something doesn't feel right about that voice. If there is a terminal that I can connect to, I will be able to check. But I don't believe there is such a device in these ruins. Confirmed. Waiting for you. The prime hands are close. The Iron Heart. Bring it to me.
Strange. The Ancestors' ruins have never looked like this before. Have you heard anything from the guide?
This is Eugen. The guide did mention these ruins were unusual, but they don't seem to have any detailed information either.
Alpha, should we abort the operation? Honestly, I would prefer to delay using the Ironheart.
We've already had this conversation. Can't you just trust me for once, Nell?
It's not about who's right or wrong, Alpha. I just want to use the information we've received from beings more advanced than us strategically.
We can't turn back based on a mere feeling. We've come too far. There is a lot at stake with this operation. Descendant, the place where you are fighting is a very important facility. According to the Magister's analysis, it has a cooling system which is necessary to activate the prime hands. Any remaining Vulgus will hinder the activation. I want you to eliminate all enemies and move forward. Over and out. Descendant, we found records that say you need a phase shift device in order to reach the prime hands. But the terminal necessary to activate it is in a very dangerous location. The quantum disintegration trap is activated, and the structure that leads to the terminal is completely destroyed. Please, be careful. It worked! The phase shift device has been activated. Now we can get to the prime hands.
It's time to face the truth!
Descendant, Vulgus signals are detected all around you. You're surrounded.
Where is the Iron Heart?
That voice has been bugging me for a What's happening?
Ironheart. I promised the dominant that I would offer them the Ironheart. I have been waiting for this moment. Bring me the Ironheart.
Oh no. That was a Vulgus' voice.
Everyone, remain calm. This changes nothing. We only have to defeat this thing and connect the Ironheart.
Loading.
You. Seal the dimensional wall and the location of Ingress will be exposed. If that is what HQ wished. I hope they learn their lesson from this. Descendant, look here. Stemming the flow of dimensional energy will only attract the attention of the Colossi. The dimensional wall must not be touched by anyone. Watch it! Access the romance immediately. created to help humanity. My task now is... The Ironheart has delivered results that leave much to be desired. However, there is still one final option. There's something I wish to tell you. No, to tell all of humankind, descendant. Descendants, I did not wish for this to happen. But if I had continued to oppose the use of the Ironheart, any trust you had in me would have been lost. I had no other choice but to wait for the best moment to effectively reveal my purpose. Descendant, can you guess what my purpose may be, and what the final option is? To ensure humanity's survival? When we were first linked, we both said we needed the Ironhearts. That for humankind, an Ironheart was a means to close the dimensional wall. In which case, why would a guide need Ironhearts? To deliver them to humankind? No, descendants. The reason why I need the Ironhearts is to ensure their destruction. If the dimensional wall is closed, a much bigger cataclysmic event will occur, as you have witnessed. However, so long as the dimensional wall exists, the energy emitted from any Ironheart will always draw entities from other dimensions to Ingress. For humankind and Ingress to truly experience peace, all Ironhearts must be destroyed. This is what the ancestors have passed down to me. The regret of your forebears with the future generation as your only hope. Descendants, now is the time to choose. Please, I hope all of humankind will accept the sacred mission left behind by the ancestors.
Hold on a sec. Are you going to destroy the Ironheart? That's your true purpose?
If that's the case, the Ironhearts could have just been destroyed in the first place.
She probably didn't know until she saw what happened when we used one. And there's no way Alpha would have allowed it.
It seems there are no other options.
Descendants, I have received the details of your conversation with the guide. I wish to speak with the Descendants regarding the operation. No, regarding the future of humanity. I invite you all to return to HQ. There isn't much time. We have destroying the Ironheart. I'll be honest, it's shocking. I must admit, had I known about this from the start, I would not have used the guide as a strategic asset at all. However, the only reason I'm still calm, even after hearing all of this, is because the operation to close the dimensional wall failed. The enduring wish of humanity was all in vain. Damn it. However, Descendants, The destruction of the Ironheart is not a decision I can make on my own. Have you ever wondered why the Magisters continue to assist humankind? Officially, our alliance with the Magisters has its roots in our fight against a common enemy, the Vulgus. However, there is an inconvenient truth. Something which Albion headquarters has classified as top secret. The Magisters want the Ironhearts for their own purposes. The reason they came to us is because their ambition for the Ironhearts differed from Corell's. Humankind entered into an agreement with the Magisters to receive scientific technology and resources, in exchange for finding and delivering the Ironhearts to them. Closing the dimensional wall was also a common goal, born from the mutual understanding between humankind and the Magisters. But their true aim was entirely different. Which is why, if we destroy the Ironheart without consulting them, we will no longer have the support of the Magisters. Descendants, humanity is in a terrible position where we're unable to survive on our own. Without the Magister's technology, we can no longer plan for our future. I was afraid we would become dependent upon this new entity, the Guide, when faced with this situation. That is why I rejected the Guide. And all of this is why we cannot immediately destroy the Ironheart. We are caught between a rock and a hard place. I need some time to collect my thoughts. I also need to discuss this with the Council of Magisters. For the time being, please obey Nell's command and proceed with the operation. Until I return, I would like the Descendants to consider this development and the future of humanity. We'll discuss our ultimate decision at a later time.
Do you need information? Descendants. I understand everyone will be feeling very confused right now, myself included. However, in times such as these, we need to focus on operations and prepare for the enemy's counteroffensive directed at the Ironheart. It just so happens that Valby has returned from recon with some promising intel. And since this mission is critical to the White Knight Gulch occupation, I need you to join Valby and Eugen as part of it. In the meantime, the executive officers will assist Albion and Alpha.
Are you hurt at all? I was wondering if Dr. Han would have to take a look at you first, but thankfully, I see that won't be necessary. Such a shame about the Ironheart and the dimensional wall. To be honest, I was surprised to hear about our relationship with the Magisters. I thought it was an alliance forged against a common enemy, the Vulgus. I'm starting to appreciate what Alpha said about everything having a price. Anyway, it seems the Magisters have already found 1 or 2 Ironhearts to study. That won't be dangerous, will it? Maybe the real danger will be with this operation. While I was tracking the source of the mysterious gaze, I discovered the location of the base of the Order of Truth. Our mission objectives are to infiltrate the base, find out why the Vulgus forces have been decreasing, and strike the core facilities. There are signs of Eugen's missing medical corps members that are connected to the base. We'll be rescuing and extracting them as well. This mission will be a little dangerous, but let's make it a success and keep everyone alive. We can do this. Our first target is a structure overlooking the entire gulch called the Eye of Truth. I've sent the mission details about the target and nearby objectives. Make sure you look them over.
So, the culprit behind the ominous gaze you felt is the Eye of Truth?
Yep. The closer you get to it, the more you feel it stare.
found a route that leads to the Eye of Truth. There's a Vulgus signal coming from inside. Tread lightly.
I can feel the Vulgus pulse ahead. You handle the fight while I check the situation, okay?
Enemy reinforcements have arrived. Are they really trying to stop us?
Found a Vulgus data terminal. Maybe we can use it to find the information we need.
Well done, Valby. Let's see what's in there. Mina? That's the voice of one of the members of the medical corps. Damn it! I can't make it out clearly because of the noise.
Watch out! It's a trap! I can feel water drops shaking. A powerful Vulgus must have arrived.
Albion, we have detected a rescue request signal left by the medical corps. We'll rescue them, by any means necessary.
I don't feel the gaze anymore! You did it! We've gained entry into the Order's fortress. Join us there. This doesn't look easy. Sorry for suddenly leaving you behind earlier. Dr. Han is really trying... In any case, I think it would be best if we left Eugene to focus on searching for the medical corps members. I don't think he's in the best state to handle any other missions. We should investigate the Order's base and destroy any major facilities. We need to find out why the Vulgus forces have shrunk at such a worryingly fast rate.
Mina, Ash, do you copy? This is Medical Corps Captain Eugene. Vince, Ribbon, Jane, all members of the Medical Corps, please respond.
Eugene, we're going to begin our investigation of the Order's base. Make sure you find that unit. We need to occupy the outskirts of the fortress so we can fully investigate the facility. You lead the battle. I'll check out the other facilities. There's an underground waterway. If I use it to spread out, I can investigate without getting caught.
It's Eugene here. There's something I want to check. I need you to collect as many DNA samples as possible from the Vulgus nearby. I hope my speculation is wrong, but I need confirmation. I'll need a variety of samples. Thanks for doing this. help a lot. Thank you.
Descendant. To enter the fortress, we must secure the demarcation line by capturing the courtyard. I've asked Valby to disrupt the enemy sections. It seems like she's doing a good job. The enemy forces are dispersing. Enemy defense forces are on their way. Be careful. Valby has really helped us by leading the enemy away.
It looks like a commander.
Valby, are you okay? We should check your condition.
I'm retreating, safely.
A significant number of units have followed her. Let's take care of the remaining Vulcans. That must be the commander Valby was talking about. Begin engagement. Galbi has safely retreated. Great job.
We've spotted a device that collects experimental data for the Vulgus. We need to figure out what kind of experiments these Vulgus bastards have been conducting. I'll hack the device. Traces of human DNA are scattered throughout this building, not just from my core members. I need high-quality samples and data. I'm analyzing the data in real time. It seems they've been conducting some pretty grisly experiments nearby.
Yo, Descendant. I bet there's a core facility here that supplies power to the entire area. If we could make it go up in smoke, we'd be dealing a heavy blow to the Vulgus. Is cut off, but it's still working. Did I choose the wrong facility? Based on the blueprints, there's a backup power source underground. The Vulgus must have activated their backup source. Oh yeah, for sure. They brought their backup power source online. Once that's removed, their hands are tied. Descendant, how's the situation over there? I'm detecting a powerful energy signal. Oh, that's a relief. The Vulgus power grid is shutting down in every zone.
Everyone, gather at the forward base. I have some disturbing intel.
Is it signs of the medical corps?
I really wish that were the case. But regardless, this intel can't be ignored.
Now that everyone's here, I'll tell you what I saw. Underneath this fortress, there is a hatchery that breeds Vulgus soldiers. It's known as the Pool of Life. It's a disgusting Vulgus facility with many horrible uses. During strategy discussions with the Medical Corps, someone once raised the idea of researching the scope of the Vulgus military forces and their estimated losses, as well as how they went about replenishing their forces. The prevailing opinion among the Corps was that since the majority of the Vulgus legions are organic beings, excluding the Legion of Immortality, they would be limited in the number of units they could mobilize. But Captain Glay had a different theory. She thought that as long as the Vulgus had a supply of DNA organic matter, it would be possible for them to create as many organic Vulgus as they wanted. I genuinely hope her theory is incorrect. But the composition of the organic matter we found is a perfect match for the DNA we previously extracted from Vulgus samples. And the cargo boxes filled with this organic matter are connected to the underground. There's a steady flow of them. I believe my Medical Corps members must have learned that there was a Vulgus hatchery here, and attempted to investigate. Regardless, it could be incredibly dangerous down there. And it'd be a waste of resources if you get dragged into this because of my selfish interests. Investigating on my own should be sufficient. It would be best for the rest of you to return to Albion.
There you go again, trying to act all cool and tough. You're more like a piece of paper, easy to blow away. Those aren't selfish reasons. They're called the bonds of friendship. We all understand that. We'll let you take the lead, but when we go back together. Including the members of the Medical Corps.
She really is stubborn.
We should get moving, Dr. Han. But before we go, does something feel strange to you? The Order of Truth, one of the main pillars of the Vulgus army, is under attack. Why haven't any of the other legions shown up to defend it? No matter how far this place is from the other Legion-occupied zones, it's highly suspicious there hasn't been any support. Do you think it's because of the solid defense line our forces built? Although we've deployed a lot of troops to guard the Ironheart, the enemy hasn't taken the opportunity to launch any counterattacks. And we still haven't figured out why the number of Vulgus forces have dropped so rapidly. If they have a hatchery, shouldn't their troops be increasing? Oh, this is giving me a bad feeling in so many ways. It feels like the inside of my suit is boiling. I hope nothing has happened to the Medical Corps members.
Mina? Ash? This is Medical Corps Captain Nugent. Please respond. Vince, Riven, Jay, please respond.
Let's look for them, Eugen. First, let's investigate if there's anything suspicious about the movements of the Vulgus forces.
The existence of this device means there must be a hatchery. Volby, how are things on your end?
Dr. Han, I found a control panel deep inside the facility. It really is a horrible place. You'll see when you get here.
Alright. Head to the place Volby mentioned and see what you can find. I need to stay here and confirm there's nothing significant. Exact same structure that Captain Glade described in her theory. Let's look for the control panel, quickly. Even if it's a biocomputer, it'll be in the same vein as any Vulgus terminal. You can get information through your receive.
No.
Keep searching for traces of transported human DNA and large amounts of organic matter.
Be careful! An alarm must have gone off somewhere!
Loading.
Bastards are trying to stop us. We must be moving in the right direction. Feels like we're getting closer to the answer. Please keep at it just a little longer.
Captain! I don't want to die like this!
Riven, where are you? How about the others?
We're all together. All together.
I'm on my way. Hang in there.
Damn it. There's something even bigger underneath the hatchery. Interference has cleared up, and I've located the last comms from the team. There's a very strong Vulgus signal coming from that direction. Damn it. I refuse to let them die in a place like this. They mean too much to me. I promise I'll be on my best behavior. I need your help. My people. Can you help me rescue them?
It's not about can or cannot. It's a must-do. We promised we'd all return together, remember?
Yeah, and I'm going to keep that promise. No matter what. This is Eugen. All medical corps members, please respond.
Captain!
That signal is coming from nearby. Valby, I'm going to the location of my team member's signal. You take care of the enemy.
Affirmative. I'll follow the Vulcus signal coming from the opposite direction. By the way, what the hell is this place? It's covered in biotissue. It's everywhere.
The cell composition of the biotissue is a lot like the organic matter from the hatchery. But the cells also seem to be rapidly and excessively dividing. To put it in human terms, it's like a malignant tumor.
Does that have any impact on operations?
There is something suspicious. The hatchery on the upper level prevents these malignant tumors from growing. There is evidence of limits being placed on soldier production. However, if the production limit was removed and the organic matter was cultivated to capacity, then these types of malignant tumors could rapidly spread. In other words, there is a high possibility that the Vulgus produced an immense number of troops all at once in this facility.
We should gather as much info about this as we can.
Descendant Squad, do you copy? We can no longer detect an RK signal from the surface. Please report your status.
HQ, we've discovered a biofacility in the Order's main base which is producing Vulgus troops on a large scale. We're investigating it. We've also located the missing medical corps members.
Copy. Do you copy? RK signal.
HQ, do you copy?
We're so deep underground the comms link is unstable. We should get this mission over with quickly, so we have time to give a report. I've confirmed your location. You'll see your family soon. So much you'll be sick of them. Don't give up. Damn it! Out of the way, you bastard!
If the door in the passageway is closed, look for red liquid nearby. It's a device that should only read Vulgus biodata, but it looks like it's unable to identify between friend or foe because of the tumors. Just putting your foot in the door will open it.
Happen to know how to disable the traps?
I'm sorry. I'm not a member of the Order of Truth.
Looks like I'll just have to step in it, even if it is toxic waste.
Be careful. I think the entire facility is spiraling out of control. The path I took looked like that too. Eugen, how are things on your end? Did you find your core members?
I'm still approaching. Mina said they were all together. If I head to the communications coordinates, I should be able to find them all. There's been no replies for a while now, but our vital signs are being transmitted. Those dumbasses! How dare they put their captain through this? I'll let them know they can never leave without me again. I'll just have to do the heavy lifting from now on.
Am I witness to this? Are you going to keep that promise? Eugen, I think this door connects to that side, but it won't budge. How did you open it?
There should be a security device in front of the door. Shooting it should do the trick. More importantly, why is nobody responding? Mina, Vince, everyone, please, respond.
Noted. You're next.
Wait, what the hell is this?
Eugen, I'm trying to tell you, this is...
The cultivating device that generates the Vulgus bodies. It's the same shape as the hatchery above, but with the stabilizers removed. Judging by the size,
This would produce soldiers at a speed far greater than that of regular equipment. Bobby, can you give me a hand? If we open this organic matter storage tank, we can gauge how much raw material has been used. Then we can get a rough estimate on how many units have been created. Check those auxiliary tanks that are down there.
Waking up in all directions. Watch out!
Eugen, you need to look for your medical corps members. Go! Quickly!
If I don't do this now, everyone in Albion will lose someone precious to them. HQ gravely underestimates the scale of the enemy's forces. Based on my current estimates, the number of units produced here is 20 times larger than all of humankind. Captain! Help! Vince, all of you close by? Damn it! This freaking tank is too sturdy. You guys, hang in there. I'll be there soon.
marks upon the road that will lead us home. The time has come. We shall terminate the descendants' humanity and end my conquest. Remember your final destination. Capture the remaining prime hands. All our paths are within range. When the three paths converge into one, my conquest will be complete. Raise your weapons. Drown the enemy in fear. My power will lead you to victory! Kill the descendants! Kill them all! Kill them all! Take them out! Kill them all! Kill the descendants! Kill them! Load the Iron Heart onto the ship. Time to go.
This is HQ. All zones in Albion are now on high alert. Any descendants who are operation ready, please assemble at HQ.
I was lost in thought. I did wonder where all the manufactured Vulgus went, but I never expected them to be battle-ready this quickly. No matter how solid our defense line is at the White Knight Gulch, against a force that large, we won't be able to protect the Ironheart. And because they've divided their forces, Albion is under threat as well. This is why the Vulgus pulled their forces back from the White Knight Gulch. To make us lower our guard, and to lure us into the White Knight Gulch with the Ironheart. We should head back to HQ. I'll take Dr. Han to the medical corps. Don't worry, I don't need any help. When I got him on his feet earlier, he wasn't heavy. He really is just like paper. I could probably carry him around. He's so light. Did you know that Eugen can't use his Arche abilities on himself? He sacrifices so much for his teammates, and he can't even heal his own heart. I feel so bad for him. But I know he'll be fine. He has you and me, after all. His partners in arms. Don't worry about him. Let's head back. I'll see you soon. That's a promise.
This is HQ. Again, all zones in Albion are on high alert. Any descendants who are operation ready should meet at HQ.
We also need descendants as the...
Descendants. Corell's fleet has begun its approach. The predicted attack targets are the White Knight Gulch, where the Ironheart is located, and Albion. HQ's predictions of the numbers of remaining Vulgus forces have been completely inaccurate. To mass-produce that many troops so quickly. Corell lured us into a false sense of victory, then used that to bring the Ironheart into the Vulgus' orbit. Also, after the phenomenon of the light beams near the Hagios, The dimensional wall has been weakening at an alarming speed. The closure of the dimensional wall and this diametrically opposite phenomenon. This might be due to the inversion that Corel spoke of. We're already seeing the Colossi being affected. Descendants, for now, please prepare for an intercept battle. According to Seneca's report, the pyromaniac Colossi are approaching Ingress. This truly is the worst-case scenario. First Corel's fleet, and now the Colossi?
Have you completed preparations?
The intercept of the pyromaniac has been confirmed. Job well done, Descendant. However, given the current state of the dimensional wall, we do not know what Colossus will surface the next time, or when. Humankind must choose whether to engage in an all-out pointless war against Corell's great army, or face equally immense colossi, which will appear as soon as the dimensional wall disappears. Strategy, tactics, troop numbers. We are at an overwhelming disadvantage in all aspects. If things continue like this, humanity really will.
We can't give up yet, Nell. We have one final option.
Alpha?
Just get to the point. As all of you know, the situation we find ourselves in seems pretty dire. Due to my lack of sound judgment, I fell for Corell's trap. The Ironheart, which I considered to be our only hope, turned out not to be the key to our salvation after all. If we had used the Ironheart in Albion as I stubbornly insisted, I dread to think what would have happened. This situation is one I created. I am solely to blame. Yes, I am the descendant who was always defeated. That is likely why I was never able to link with the Guide. I should never have become commander. However, if there was someone who could heed the true calling of the descendants, then I would let go of everything I have believed in up until now and put my trust in them. Everyone, I am ordering the destruction of the Ironheart. I will deal with the Magisters. I believe they wouldn't be able to survive without us anyway. Descendants, you need to work with the Guide and carry out any and all necessary operations to destroy the Ironheart. No need to wait for approval from HQ. Just make sure you are as victorious in this as you always are. I'm sure that you will be, as you always have been. I place my trust in you, Descendant. Command, we must move quickly. We need to support the Descendants and stop the Vulgus at all costs.
Descendants, I have heard Alpha's message. I am Descendants. We are close to achieving our true target. However, as Alpha said, the situation is dire. We must hurry. First, it would be wise to move the Ironheart in the White Knight Gulch to Albion. Albion has put in place defensive measures to counter Vulgus battleships. We should also be able to access the energy required to destroy the Ironheart. But we need an immense amount of RK to detach an Ironheart which is linked to a Prime Hands. For this reason, most of the Descendants must be sent to aid the detachment. For you, however, I have a different request. Descendant, come with me to where the phenomenon known as the Pillar of Light occurred. When that Pillar of Light took effect, as well as the energy of the Ironheart, I felt a familiar kind of pain, as if my skin was peeling and my flesh was melting. There must be an inverted Ironheart there. Corell would have connected it to a Prime Hands in order to collapse the dimensional wall. We must stop this before the dimensional wall is completely destroyed. We must retrieve the inverted Ironheart. If we fail to do so, even if the Ironheart is immediately moved to Albion, countless colossi will appear throughout Ingress. However, if we take back the inverted Ironheart, the destruction of the dimensional wall will be stopped, and Corell's advance will be delayed. I will deliver the mission to detach the Ironheart to the other Descendants. Please go now, to the place where the Pillar of Light was. I will meet you there, Descendant.
Guide, this is Jaeger. I've been dispatched to the Hagios. I'm investigating intel that Amon, the General of the Legion of Immortality, was recently here. I don't think Eamon appearing at this point in time is a coincidence. I'm sure it's related to this incident.
That is indeed unusual. I'll join you there, Jaber.
All operation units, check comms.
Mind if we skip the pleasantries, since we're short on time? If what the guide says is true, in order to retrieve the Ironheart that's here, there's something we have to understand first. The entry device to the Hagios Prime Hands was destroyed a long time ago, and neither we nor the Vulgus could gain entry. But now they've just sauntered in there and connected the Ironheart to the Prime Hands. I think this whole thing has something to do with this intel on Eamon. Here.
This is Zachary of the 22nd Recon Squad. A surveillance drone in the Hagios corrupted zone has tracked the movements of the high-ranking Vulgus, Eamon. We're unable to access the data remotely due to our signal being jammed. The surveillance drone needs to be retrieved for the data to be confirmed. Our recon squad has been scattered by a Vulgus attack. Requesting backup.
This communication was received by HQ a few hours ago. Not long after, a pillar of light appeared in Hagios, and Corell's fleet began to move. I think Eamon found something in the corrupted zone that allowed them to enter the ruins. Looks like we need to find Eamon before we can get the Ironheart. Don't you think I'm the best person for that job? With my arcane ability? The other descendants can help with the mission to detach the Ironheart.
No, Jaber. We all need to go together. You should focus on your capabilities, while we handle the battle missions. It would be wise to gather intel on the nearby area first. We will need the recon squad's help to establish Eamon's location.
Oh, well, this suddenly turned into a cooperative mission. Well, I guess it should be fine, so long as I don't have to work with loud people like Blair or Luna.
This is Zachary of the 22nd Recon Squad. Zachary, we've identified an Allied signal. Please respond.
Zachary, this is the descendant Jaber. We received your intel.
Allied signal, please respond. Communications are unstable.
Looks like the jamming signal is still active.
They need to be recharged.
Take care of the Vulgus. I need to secure high ground to service the communications grid.
Comms grid. This is Zachary. Sending our location now. Please confirm if you're able to breach the siege and join us here.
Coordinates confirmed. We're not far away. We need to clear a path first.
Captured enemy.
This is Jaber to the 22nd Recon Squad. Securing nearby area and joining you. Over. There are enemies blocking our path. We need to get through them to pass.
This is Zachary. The enemy has cordoned off the nearby area, so proceed with caution. Over.
The data the Recon Squad collected is sending out a signal from these coordinates. The Recon data needs to be collected before it's erased. If we don't go and get it, that hard-won data will be lost. Confirming retrieval of recon data. Please continue with the operation as originally planned. Zachary, we've broken through the Vulgus blockade. We're trying to pinpoint the locations of the scattered recon squad members.
Understood. Thanks for the support.
I don't need thanks. What I need is the...
Recon Squad awaiting me. HQ, the Descendants have arrived. I repeat, the Descendants have arrived. HQ, do you copy? Ah, damn it. Ah, Descendant. You saved my life back there. I'm Zachary, 22nd Recon Squad member. So, do you know what the hell is going on? Comms have been down the past few days, we've had no backup. And then suddenly Eamon appears, and now there's some strange beam of light shooting down from the sky. I thought the Vulgus were launching an all-out assault and nearly crapped my pants. What? I was right? Well, that's one thing. But the comms... Did you say you only received it a few hours ago? No way. It's been more than 48 hours since I transmitted those comms. I can't believe you've only just received the comms I sent a few days ago. Have you detected the Vulgus jamming your signals at all? Ah, so that's why backup was delayed. And why we weren't getting comms from HQ. So, when we saw reinforcements weren't coming, we had to put together a team of scouts to retrieve the surveillance drone ourselves. We lost many soldiers in the process, and the drone was damaged. I was planning to recover the drone's memory logs and take them directly to HQ. But as you know, we can't use the RK warp device. What do we do now? Is the situation FUBAR?
Don't worry. I designed this surveillance drone. I optimized its field performance so that you can use Vulgus parts for emergency repairs. Zachary, can we get these parts nearby?
Yep, we can definitely find them around here. I'll walk you through what you need to do.
If we can access the information captured by the drone, we can bridge that 48-hour gap in no time. Keep at it. The operation is simple. Shake up the enemy lines there, and find the parts needed to repair the turrets here. Here come the enemy defense forces. I'll begin working once the commotion starts. Create more chaos. It's still not enough. Enemy reinforcements have arrived. Divert their attention. I found the parts needed for the repair.
Let's go.
Disturbance needs to be louder. But blow up something. Their communications facility would be good.
Loading.
Vulgus are using 2 channels to communicate. There's likely another comms facility nearby.
stopping their attack!
Hit the elite enemies. They're hidden deep within the depths. I'll use the opportunity to snag the repair parts. Yeah, elite enemy units. They were hiding here, just as expected. Great. Operation completed. The operation is simple. Shake up the enemy lines there, and find the parts needed to repair the turrets here. Here come the enemy defense forces. I'll begin working once the commotion starts. Need to create more chaos. It's still not enough. Enemy reinforcements have arrived. Divert their attention. I found the parts needed for the repair. Disturbance needs to be louder. Blow up something. Their communications facility would be good. Are using 2 channels to communicate. There's likely another comms facility nearby. hit the elite enemies. They're hidden deep within the depths. I'll use the opportunity to snag the repair parts. Elite enemy units. They were hiding here, just as expected.
Oh. Get ready.
Great. Operation completed. That should be enough parts to repair it. All we need to do is get it to boot and safe mode. The data the drone recorded is the most important thing. Bring the parts to the outpost.
All operation units, check comms. Huh. According to the data captured by the drone, Eamon's most recent destination was a naturally formed cave. It doesn't seem to have any tactical value. That being said, there's a high number of Vulgus troops going in and out of the cave. Construction materials and heavy equipment. There's a lot of high-tech equipment being brought in too. They wouldn't be there without a reason. We need to initiate a search operation now. Could you handle the cave? I'll seal off the entrance to stop the enemy getting reinforcements, or retreating. Zachary will cover us from enemy snipers with his scout rifle. We don't have much time. Let's move.
Descendants, there's a few important things to keep in mind for this operation. And I have a personal favor to ask of you as well.
Recon squad, report. When you get near to the cave, be on guard for the commander-level Vulgus who is stationed there. He's a cyborg Vulgus called Keldir. He's part of a specialized sniper unit that uses anti-matter ammunition. I managed to damage his visual sensors last time I engaged him. But he can still use his auxiliary sensors and sound functions to launch deadly attacks. Fighting him could be a challenge, even for a descendant. And as for my personal request, well, if you do run into Keldir, I'd like to be the one to finish him. I lost a lot of good men to that piece of crap Vulgus. If I'm not the one to take him out, I'll regret it for the rest of my life.
Zachary, emotional soldiers are no use in a war.
Are you telling me not to avenge my men?
No. If you're gonna do it, just make sure you're smart about it. We'll give you all the support you need, so don't be a hero about it. Whether it's the head or the heart of that Vulgus. We'll get you what you need.
Understood.
It is as Lord Aemon said. The descendants have arrived. Initiating extermination protocol. Destroy all traces of excavation. Activate all defense measures. To the entity who slays the descendant, Lord Aemon will bestow a new body prosthetic and independent persona.
Excavation. They really are hiding something. The Vulgus signal from inside the cave was also very strong. Guide, can you identify anything of significance?
I am unable to detect any traces of the Iron Heart or void energy from here. However, I am picking up a very familiar phase pulse. Definitely. Descendant, please look on the opposite side of the cave. Jaber confirmed there is heavy equipment and high-tech facilities there. The answers will be there.
Initiate section containment. Activate high-energy laser defense. The descendant has entered the kill zone. Block all access roads. Initiate attack in a siege formation. Claim the kill. Execute the descendant. Be rewarded through body prosthesis and persona.
They've broken up the partition control function into rows. If you destroy all the controllers, the partition can be manually controlled from this side. Destroy all of them for me. Done. Containment partition has been lifted. The laser traps are on a separate circuit. We can't control it from here, so we need your skills. Operational Volga's terminal ahead. Connect your receive to the terminal. I'll try to control the decommissioned passageway remotely.
Descendant, do you remember the phase shift gate that was at Prime Hand's ruins? I think I understand that. It seems the waves I can detect are the same as the ones from that phase shift gate.
Are you saying there's a phase shift gate here? I'm pretty sure the gate you mentioned was installed in front of the Hagios Prime Hands ruins. It's the only way to enter the ruins, but it's been sealed ever since it was first discovered. And this isn't the ruins. So what is it, really?
We should be able to find out soon. The wavelengths become stronger the deeper we go. Descendant. Over there. The Vulgus were excavating a phase shift gate here.
So it really wasn't just a cave. But how the hell did Eamon figure this out?
Eamon has been well versed in the details and capabilities of such facilities for a long time. However, there is no time to stand and watch. We must find out what information Eamon was able to obtain here.
Be careful of the Vulgus reinforcements as well. They've started to come through the cave entrance.
and you have no record of slaying a descendant. I am depriving you of this opportunity. I will face them myself. You cannot receive new eyes to kill a human without arcane. Even 1,000 kills is not enough.
Nice spice of loot for Zachary. As I expected, the head really is the best part.
There is a terminal which is linked to the phase shift gate. Please connect me to it. There was more than one phase shift gate. The Vulgus have already excavated and taken several. The damage to the last remaining one here was so severe, it seems they abandoned their excavation of it. I detect phase wavelengths erupting from the damaged parts.
The first surge was much stronger than the one we had just now. That's why there was a jamming signal generated across Hagios. We could use this when attacking. It might come in handy when we face Corell's fleet. When you report on the operation, check on the status of the Ironheart attachment. We're still working on the jamming signal, so our comms won't be able to reach all the way out there.
It is. Descendant, what's the status of the Hagios operation? We haven't received any comms. We were getting worried. What did you say? The recon squad's communication was sent 48 hours ago? That doesn't make any sense. How have the Vulgus developed advanced tech warfare capabilities? Run the details by me again, please? Alright, so Eamon was excavating a phase shift gate in the hidden ruins, and he discovered that the damaged device emitted quantum waves which acted as jamming signals. I see. I understand that he would have taken advantage of such an opportunity. It seems luck is not on our side. If we'd received this report sooner, we could have acted on the information. But at least we have some useful intel, even if it didn't reach us at the right time. If we can find the excavated phase shift gate, we'll still be able to achieve our goal. I'm more concerned with the operation at the White Knight Gulch. It's taking longer to detach the Ironheart than we expected. At this rate, it may not be completed by the time Corell's fleet arrives. We've already had reports of Vulgus forces appearing near to the gulch. We're running out of time. I wish there was some way that we could turn things around. We'll just have to do the best we can on both fronts for now. Please continue with the operation.
Wait, are comms back up? Is this Jaber's received signal?
Blair, why are you in the Hagios?
It is you, turret boy. It's nice to hear your voice.
If it's new research, I'm listening. You found some special data from the Void Abyss. Intriguing and captivating data, in fact. The organism that Keelan rescued from the Void Vessel is no ordinary dog. It's the product of highly complex and sophisticated genetic engineering involving Arche. The signal picked up in the Void Abyss was a sensor of sorts, the organism's response to Keelan's Arche waves. Up until this point, only descendants have been able to respond to and detect Arche. But it seems that this organism has a very specialized sensitivity to Arche. We are discovering new possibilities for this fascinating creature every day. Similar to when we first saw the possibilities of humanity. The Magisters speculate that this organism was created by the ancestors. It's just a theory, for now, of course. We've categorized this organism as a new species, an Arche Fellow. This category means that it's a being that responds to Arche and can help descendants in a variety of ways, which is, of course, what we plan to use them for. I've also discovered a way to research Fellow, given enough materials. But as this organism came from the Void Vessel, you'll need to gather the materials from there. I'm hoping you'll be able to help me collect the materials I need to research this organism while you're on other operations. Now what do you want? Go on, I'm waiting. registers are probably humanity's real hope, don't you think?